Hey, what's up guys, it's DJ Yeti and this is part 2 of the Bogman. Now we're going to get straight into it since I know some of y'all are impatient, but please feel free to subscribe if you're from the last video or from this one. Now if you haven't watched the last video, then I recommend go watching that because I'm going to explain everything you need, but basically you're going to need the facility at the top of the map because it's just going to make everything way faster. Now every time you start the heist, you are only going to be able to give the other person 85% and you're going to be stuck with 15% when you're giving your friend money. But you're going to make that money up by getting the elite challenge done and you're going to make $50,000 each time. Now the reason you want the facility at the top of the map is because whenever you have to do the heist and every time you start it, you only have to drive down the road. Now when you drive down the road, that's when you get the elite challenge getting done in under 15 minutes. Now when you do this, when you start the heist, you're going to get into the Stromberg as your friend drives to the beach and gets a jet ski to follow you out to where you get into the submarine. I'm going to walk you through the submarine since some of you are getting lost in a submarine, and there's literally one way that you need to take that you won't get lost. Now you're going to load in and pick whatever gun you need to use. There's one person right here. There's 3 in this hallway that spawn all the time. All these people will always be here. They just might be in different places sometimes. One will pop up in this little hallway right here. And there's going to be 2 in this room. One behind the dashboard and one at the chairs. And now when you get through this room, there's going to be one that pops up like in 3 seconds, like right there. Now go down this first flight of stairs and there should be a locker room to your left. Now in the cafeteria, there's 2 people, one standing in the doorway or like right in front of it, and one behind the lunch table or cafeteria part. Damn, I suck at aiming. Now you go down these flight of stairs, go through this doorway, and in this little engine room, there's where you need to interrogate the person, but there's one more person right here. Now just interrogate him, and now you're gonna want to go out the same way you came in. So up these stairs, there should be a person either in front of you or in the lunchroom again. Kill him, and that's the last person you have to kill. Go all the way back up into the control room where I had that little panel where the guy was standing behind. Now at this point in the heist, you can just pretty much listen to what it's telling you. Take a picture of the control table or whatever it's called, and then plug in Clifford, and you have to sit through this cutscene. Now, the cutscene and flying to the hangar is one of the longest parts in this heist, which makes it kind of a longer heist, even though it's only usually 10 minutes or 12 minutes. But it's really the only long part you have to sit through, which both of y'all can just sit on your phone and just do nothing. When you get at a submarine, swim up to the friend that has a jet ski, and you guys can drive over to the car that he drove over on the island. Now when you get to the car, just take the car up to the Avenger, and you can just take the Avenger. Since this is one of the longest parts in the heist, you can just switch the Avenger into plane mode and fly back to the hangar. And I'll show you when you close your app. And now why you close your app is so you don't have to do all the setups and preps, because I know there's a lot of them, so that's why you close your app. Now, you can't do this with any heist that you want, but I recommend doing it with the Bogman since it's the fastest and easiest. I remember I used to do this glitch for the Pacific Standard and I would get gray hairs. Like, this compared to any other heist is probably the easiest one you're going to find. Now at this point, you're going to fly back to the hangar, land in the hangar, and now I know a lot of people are confused about when you close it, but right when you land, the minimap in the Avenger health will disappear. So at this point, it'll disappear, and this is when you close your app when you see the green. Now if you didn't catch that, it's a green tint that comes on the screen every time you finish any job. Now when you switch and you're making money in your air support, drive down to the island just like he did. Sit there and wait for him to go back to the submarine, and you're going to want to follow him on the jet ski into the submarine. And you can just do the same thing, you just sit there on your phone until he's done, take him back to the car and do the same exact heist. Now if the submarine team messes up in your air support, as if they die and you're on hard getting the most money, then you're going to want to go into the submarine, sit at this first chair behind this wall, and you're going to want to sit here and kill helicopters. Now I know it's not as fun as just sitting on your phone or just sitting there not doing anything, but it's what you're going to have to do because they're going to come after at the Avenger and you're not going to get the elite challenge, and you might even blow up the Avenger. Then it's the same thing from there. Fly to the hangar, land in it, and close your app when you see the green screen. Alright, ignore the music behind that, but whenever you load in, you are going to want to hold L1 and R1. If you're on PS4, hold L1 and R1 in your bumpers. Whenever you hear that glass break, whenever you're loading in after just doing the heist, hold those two buttons and it'll ask you to adjust your brightness on your screen for GTA, and that means that you do the second glitch right. Now the second glitch is whenever you load in, or like the only casualty to doing this heist is it'll put you in a bad sports lobby if you do it too many times. You'll load in and it'll tell you you've left the job too early and you need to finish it, and you'll be classified as a bad sport and be put in a bad sport lobby if you do this too many times. Now doing this glitch right here where it tells you to adjust your brightness, it won't be able to affect you at all. So you can pretty much do this glitch endlessly as long as you do that second glitch. Now if you still have questions, go watch the original video, or if you still have even more questions after watching that, please feel free to comment down below and I'll answer every question that I see. But if you do use this glitch, please feel free to subscribe or check out any other of my content. I do funny moments. But if not, that's pretty good. I'm just happy that we can all do this glitch and get each other money.